Okay, so let's dive into the incredible story of Lord Kartikeya. You might know him by his other names, like Murugan, Skanda, or Supermanya. He's a warrior god, sure, but he's also a supreme commander and a really profound teacher. As the son of Shiva and Parvati, his journey is just this amazing mix of incredible strength, deep wisdom, and ultimately, sacrifice. But that brings up a really interesting question right off the bat, doesn't it? I mean, you've got this whole pantheon of powerful gods, so why on earth was the birth of this one particular child so crucial for their very survival? Well, the answer lies in a world that was seriously on the brink of collapse. You see, it all started with a divine prophecy and a totally impossible situation. The universe desperately needed a savior, and the prophecy was clear. It had to be a son of Lord Shiva. The problem? Shiva himself was deep in meditation, completely withdrawn from the world after the loss of his wife, Sati. And the threat was very, very real. A demon named Tarakasura had managed to get a boon from Lord Brahma that made him almost invincible. The only catch? He could only be defeated by a son of Shiva. With Shiva in seclusion, the gods were totally powerless, and Tarakasura was just getting stronger. So it took the incredible devotion of goddess Parvati, who was Sati's reincarnation, to win Shiva's heart and finally fulfill this cosmic destiny. And this leads to a birth story that is just, wow. A blazing spark, so powerful it could have burned the entire universe, bursts forth from Shiva's third eye. The fire god, Agni, couldn't even handle its heat, so he passed it to the river Ganga. She cooled it down in a sacred lake, and from that lake, 6 brilliant babies were born. They were looked after by these celestial nymphs called the Kritikas. And when their mother, Parvati, finally embraced them, they all merged into one single child with 6 heads. This is exactly why he's known as Shanmuga, the 6-faced one, and Kartikeya, son of the Kritikas. So, literally forged in this celestial fire, Kartikeya's destiny was pretty much set from day one. He was born to lead the divine army and bring balance back to the cosmos. And he was immediately appointed the commander-in-chief of the heavens. No waiting around! As Kartikeya geared up for war, his mother Parvati gave him the Vel, a divine spear. Now, this was not just some ordinary weapon. She literally poured her own energy, her Shakti, into it. The Vel became this powerful symbol of divine knowledge, a tool that wasn't just for beating enemies, but for piercing right through the darkness of ignorance and ego. Armed with a Vel, Kartikeya fulfilled his destiny. He took on Tarakasura in this long, brutal battle and finally defeated him, saving the gods. But it's his next major battle, against a demon named Sudapadman, that shows you a completely different side of him. This war raged for 6 whole days, a cosmic struggle that's still celebrated today as the festival of Skanda. But in the end, Kartikeya didn't just destroy his enemy, he showed incredible mercy and actually transformed him. So, get this, when Surapadman tried to hide by turning into a giant mango tree, Kartikeya just split it right down the middle with the Vel. Out of the 2 halves came a peacock and a rooster. But instead of killing them, he made the peacock his vehicle, his vahana, and put the rooster on his battle flag. He literally turned symbols of evil into emblems of dharma. But Kartikeya's story isn't just about fighting demons. One of the most famous stories about him actually involves a contest with his brother Ganesha. It was all over a divine fruit of knowledge, and it revealed this really profound truth about wisdom versus pure effort. Okay, so their parents, Shiva and Parvati, set up a challenge. Whoever could circle the world 3 times first would win this amazing fruit of knowledge. Kartikeya, being the god of action, immediately jumps on his peacock and takes off. Ganesha, though, he just calmly walks around his parents 3 times and says, "For me, my parents are my whole world." And with that profound wisdom, he won the fruit. It's such a powerful lesson, right? True wisdom isn't always about the biggest effort. It's about understanding what the true center of your universe really is. So when Kartikeya finally got back, you can imagine his shock. He was exhausted, he'd done the harder physical task, and he felt like he deserved the reward. And while he respected his parents' decision, this deep feeling of being misunderstood, it led him to make a huge, life-altering choice. It wasn't really anger. It was more this quiet need to find his own kind of peace. And so he quietly left his home in the Himalayas and traveled all the way south. He wasn't traveling as a prince or a warrior anymore, but as a seeker. And this journey really marks a huge shift in his story, from being this celestial commander to becoming a solitary ascetic. He eventually settled down in the Palani Hills, in what's now Tamil Nadu. When his mother Parvati finally found him and begged him to come home, he gave this incredibly powerful reply, basically renouncing everything. He took off all his royal clothes and jewels, embracing a life of pure self-realization. And with that, his transformation was complete. He became known as Dandayutapani, which means the one holding a staff, symbolizing everything he'd given up. It was in that moment that Parvati lovingly told him, "You are the fruit of wisdom." And that's how the place came to be known as Palani. This whole journey really defines Kartikeya's ultimate legacy. See, he isn't just a god of war. He truly embodies these two paths, one of immense power and one of profound inner peace. He is both the ultimate protector and the supreme teacher. I mean, his wisdom was so deep that he once challenged Brahma, the creator god himself, on the meaning of the sacred syllable Om. When Brahma couldn't explain its true essence, Kartikeya actually had him imprisoned. Lord Shiva had to intervene, and it was then that Kartikeya whispered the secret of Om into his own father's ear. And from that day forward, Shiva himself called him Swaminatha, which means the guru of the Lord. And because of this whole journey south, his worship is just so deeply rooted there, especially among the Tamil people, who call him their god, Tamil Kadavul. To them, he is Murugan, the beautiful one, Kumaran, the youthful one, and Velayuthan, the wielder of the vel. He's not just a warrior to them, he's a beloved patron of youth, love, and that relentless search for knowledge. And that really is the heart of Kartikeya's story. His entire life moves from this external war against demons to an internal journey toward peace and wisdom. And it